Okay, final update. Today is the 22nd of September. The time is 3:15, and yeah, mixed feelings about this expiry. Really, so it was overall a very decent expiry, and there are too many things going on though, and I will try to cover most of it. And yeah, here's what happened. Right. So first of all, we opened minor gap down after closing at 252 rupees on the straddle. Now, one would expect that this would open somewhere around 150. Yesterday, my idea is it will open 150, but actually, we opened at 170, which means, to be quite honest, here the risk reward is amazing. The short volatility risk reward is amazing. 170 Thursday morning straddle price at the money on Nifty is really good. Now, I didn't have too much time to think because this 170 I figured wouldn't last. In fact, I punched my order from 2 seconds into the market opening because I wanted to capitalize on this price, and I had to take a decision. One, either keep a wide range and get easy amount of, more or less easy amount of 11 to 12 points, and that is first option. Second is take some risk and try to capitalize on this day by targeting itself some 20-25. Now I'll go over my order book and I'll show you. So I started punching my orders right at the open. So 9, 15, 24. And in fact, this delay is little bit because Zerodha has to like actually send the order. So I punched my order from the opening seconds and tried to get in on this 17,250 and 17,950. And my decision was, look boss, I'm getting 700 points of range. 700 points of range, and for that I'm getting almost 11 bucks, so it is worth it. Let me go with the easier trade, and that will be the more peaceful version. So that's the trade that I punched, and so I shorted the 17,950 call option, and on the downside the 17,250 put option. Now immediately into the mildest of down moves from the open, I moved my call down to 17,900, and as we broke the opening candle high for a 1 point, I took stop loss here and moved it back here. That was my final adjustment, and that is basically all I did. This entire consolidation phase was fine. When we broke the day low, something very interesting was happening. You can see we started making lower highs and lower lows over here and were very close to 17,500, which I would have assumed should lead to some kind of panic, but put sellers, I don't know what happened to them. They were extremely adamant. Almost 80 points down move, and the 17,500 put has actually lost money. So that was the situation. It was not gaining. It was refusing to go up. I posted a video earlier about how I'm not comfortable shorting put options when this happens, because if you remember the previous time after the Fed event, we had a situation where 1 rupee puts and all went to 30-40 rupees. So I completely scrapped all of my put side positions just when this situation was building up, because I if everyone is being so adamant that the market will not go down and everyone covers at the same time, it will put me in a very bad situation. So what I did was I squared off this put completely, and I was getting some $1.5 for this, so I sold an additional 6,000 quantity of 17,950 call and decided, okay, you know what, let me call it a day. There were probably opportunities after that to come closer, but I just didn't want to do any of that. I mean, it felt fine that, okay, I'm getting 10 points without really doing much, and I'll take that any day. In fact, towards the end, I was really considering this as well. There was a little bit of a spike, so I was getting this for almost about 6 rupees. So I thought I could like short this at 6 and keep an SL of 2, but just the execution headache of it, and in case it jumps that 2 rupee stop loss and I have to pay higher, didn't feel worth it, so didn't do it. So I hope you had a good expiry. I mean, it was all right. The call side move was definitely huge because people started aggressively shorting calls, and it's not like the puts had gained. So the calls kept losing into this down move. The puts didn't gain anything. So on the reversal, the calls just corrected that. So if you had aggressively come close thinking that, okay, this is going to be the day's high, we're not going to test it again, then that would have hurt. But apart from that, it was an all right expiry. Anyway, that's about it. I think this other questions, the philosophical questions I'm asking myself is, have I become too averse to taking risk? And is that necessarily a bad thing? Because this year expiries have been tricky. They have almost always punished you if you made one mistake, right? And that's why your nature becomes programmed to saying, okay, let me not try and take large risk. But today, objectively speaking, there was a very good opportunity, 170 rupees on the straddle. It should have meant take more risk. I guess I can say that there wasn't enough reaction time also, and this just kept going down, which made the risk reward worse. But at the same time, something to consider is that I might have become too risk averse, and that could be working out for the better as well. So yeah, a little bit of a dilemma. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a good expiry, and I'll catch you later. Take care.